Hey guys, this is week 5 of OAN 130, Drawing Fundamentals for Animators. We are getting into human anatomy and the human body construction. I'm going to be critiquing two pieces of student work by Alfonso and Joshua. So for this exercise, you were supposed to watch that Proco video uh, and apply the robo bean technique, breaking down the body into cubes and all this kind of stuff, and making it and like figuring out how this cube applies to the to the rib cage and then to the pelvis and all that kind of stuff. So going from there, going to there, and so I'm going to be keeping that in mind when I critique your work. It's being able to do this stuff and simplify everything down to basic three-dimensional blocks, cubes, cylinders, spheres. That's what's gonna make all the difference. So I'm less focused on the shading and more interested in the construction. So this is Alfonso's work. First thing about this guy that's actually very helpful is basically you can see almost the literal center line of this guy with his chest hair, right? So you can see like this is center line, all the way down here, his belly, center line. So kind of keep that stuff in mind. If we look at this character over here, we've got our center line, but it's sort of, the center line should be coming, we should get this twist, right? It should be around here. You can see that it's going this, you've drawn it this way, so you need to kind of think of it that way. So what I will do first is just put in the center line. We've got it kind of more like here. Cool. Now, how do we place our boxes, right? The robo bean itself. What I may do is I may just give this a little bit light. Right. As we can see, you're gonna be getting, let's do it black. The bottom of the rib cage here is where that first box is going to be. Here's the center of my box, and we can see it's sort of pointed downward a little bit. It's essentially this. And then for his and then for the pelvis, it's like a block. Kind of facing downward a little bit. As you can see, that points down that way. And this is sort of pointing that way a little bit. So when I do it here, I would just, again, fix that up here. I think I should do a new layer. But yeah, it's a good attempt. I'll just break it down like that. And then when we're going to be doing the arms, right? How I would consider it is like there's a little bit of some strange stuff going on over here. Like that's how I would do it is I would consider the shoulder, and I would just do a sphere. Yeah, just a sphere for that shoulder, and then I would then attach a cylinder. Something that I find helpful for, see, this is a good example of what you call foreshortening. Foreshortening is when you have like just one thing in front of another. You know, like in comic books where the characters will always have. This is foreshortening. So you see Iron Man here. You can see how like the fist is in front of the arm, which is in front of the shoulder. You got the head, which is in front of the torso, and which is in front of this shoulder. Which is, you see how like we got this three-dimensionality of the character coming towards us. So in instances like this, it's not very extreme here, but instead of drawing like the shoulder and then the arm and then the other part of the arm, I find it easier to draw like in the order of like 1, 2, and then 3, meaning I draw where the arm begins, right, over here. I draw where I want it to end, right, which is, this cylinder over here, right? This is another cylinder. And then I connect them. Because I found that when I used to draw it in the order of 1, 2, 3, this is fine, but then I'd always end up like the arm always ends in the wrong place. But if I establish where my arm begins and where it ends first, then it's super simple to connect that middle cylinder. Right? So that's how I would do it there. One, establish that cylinder. Connect that arm up. Same thing over here, right? So let's establish a ball for this guy's shoulder, right? And then it's 1. Now we know where the arm is supposed to end. So over here, we'll just establish this this end cylinder. 2, and then let's connect it. No problem. All right. 1, 2, 3, and that'll help. So over here, and see, like you'd want to have more of this curve over here. So more. So I can show you. Yeah, there's just more curve over there. It's gonna get pixelated, but I hope you get the idea. What else? The head. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's a little small. I'll show you. See now. You've got. Good try. You got this bit. Sweet, perfect, awesome. This is where the eyes connect. You got it. Very good. Now, just to finish this off, something I find to get that side bit. That's this It's this area here, which is in the shadow. Like, you know how we were simplifying the chest to a cube, right? So if I was going to simplify this head to a cube, it would be like let's have a look. Put less there. Maybe we could have a bit more. So like this would be like the side of it. You had to put, like, imagine, I find that it's helpful to imagine the head in this box-like shape for things like that when establishing this whole side area here, right? So this side is the side that turns away from us. So over here, you know, this is where we turn away, and this is where the ear comes in. And over here, like if you ever watch a Proco video about drawing the head, like this is, I hope this is familiar if you ever watched the Proco video about drawing heads, right? Like right here, this is where the jaw meets the side. This is where the ear comes out, over there. So over here, where your jaw comes in, this is where the ear comes in, a bit more head on that side. If you know what I mean. What else? Legs. I guess I can show hands. Are there any better examples? Hands. Okay, I'll show hands over here. Good attempt for the legs. Good attempt for the legs, actually. You can see, what can I point out to you? It's doing pretty well. I'll just say it just for anybody watching. You'll notice that with the legs, a lot of people will draw them it's completely deadpan. So like, alright, here's a leg, here's the side of the leg, here's the side of the leg, here's the knee, and then here's the other part of the leg. There you go. And then here's the foot. Right? That's not how it is. And this is Alfonso. That's something that you picked up, which is very good. You notice that there's going to be this variation there. The leg curves inward and curves outward, and all that kind of stuff. There is this this flow that's going on with the leg. So that's very good that you picked up on that. So how I think about it is, okay, again, I'll place, like, I consider the knee to be like a ball, and then I'll put a big cylinder here, attach it to another. That's another cylinder, right? That's a sphere, and then another cylinder over here. So in its most basic form. Cylinder, and again, it's going inward, right? It tapers. Cylinder attached to the ball of the knee, and then another cylinder that also tapers. It's also going inward. Now, here's where it gets kind of more complicated. Reduce that opacity. I'll just put it off. You will notice that the curves of the leg, like, let's draw this. So we got our knee over here. Right. Knee. I guess we can just keep it as a ball. But check it out. The way we have our shin over here, and the way this arches is this arch is actually higher than this one. Like it goes higher there and it's lower here. And over here the muscles are also higher on this side than it is on this side. And when you get to the ankle, it reverses. It's higher on that ankle than that. So over here, same thing. This side, this muscle is higher than this muscle. A knee, and then again, here's my shin. But you see, this side is higher. Not that extreme. It's higher than this muscle. Do something, and then for the ankles, you can look at your own feet in the mirror. Like you'll see. Just remember that sort of thing as well. Over here, bit of difficulty. Yeah, this is tricky. This is tricky, but we'll give it a go. Let's see the legs. The legs are not bad. Arms are not terrible, but it's definitely the that chest is giving you some trouble. So I'll sort that out. Just hate that a little bit. Ooh, let's see. I'm like twisting my own head. Okay, let's see. We will do like this. Oh, the inside. That's the inside. That's one. Like that's one side of the box, and the other part it goes like this. You know, like that. But let me just get it a bit. Let me get it a bit more accurate. So. Definitely. I'm twisting my head the whole time while I'm doing this. Let's see. Yep, cool. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's such an awkward angle. And then for the pelvis, this is all. Like, you can barely see any of this side. sort of like that. Like here's one side of this one whole face that's facing towards us. This is facing that way. Yeah. But yeah, that was tricky. And you can also see yours is a little, like the whole thing is a bit too elongated. So like if I just bring this like, let's draw on top. So we've got, and also notice, you know, because this side is like all stretched. So when one side is stretched, you're gonna have this side bending, right? It has to. Something stretches, this side goes in, and so you have this bend. So pay attention to that. So in yours, you would have first off, I want to just first off, it's too much. It's a bit too, needs to be a little closer, a little bit more like that. Yeah. And have that back straightened out. And then you make sure you have that bend. You know? The legs were handled pretty well. Cool. Oh, we got a little bit of craziness over here. So just see how it's kind of just a smooth kind of line there. So this is the back. Actually, I don't know the muscle name. Is it the hamstring? I don't know, but it's that back muscle over there. What else? What else? I'll just draw over this arm, just make sure you understand the structure. Again, ball for the shoulder. You can put a ball in there for the elbow, and we put in a cylinder. The cylinder. Put the cylinder in front. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm putting, like, this is in front of this is in front of this, and then again, let's have a look again, and then another cylinder in front of even that. So if you can kind of get comfortable overlapping these 3D elements, you know, then that's really the secret over here, you know. Over here, if I did it, let's see, looking at the cylinder, it would be like that. Cylinder attaching. And then attaching that sphere, but you can see that cylinder is on top of that sphere, right? And then we're going to have the cylinder here. And that's how you have, and they kind of join together. Okay. Is that correct? Wait a second. Actually, no, it's a little bit, no, I think I've got it wrong. You can see that last cylinder. Like that. And then we sort of are going. Okay, yeah, that's what I got. I was putting the cylinder in the wrong direction, sort of. So if I draw what's called contour lines are those things you see around the 3D models, like these kind of the wireframes, all that kind of stuff. You can see that like this leg is sort of going that way, but this leg, it's not coming up. We are looking down on the, we're looking from above, looking down on the cylinder. Make it clearer. We're looking, and it's not even a very extreme one, but we're sort of looking down that way, so we can see the top of this and the bottom is hidden. Over here with this arm, you can see that when you're putting the cylinders on it, we're looking up at that arm, and over here is sort of like we're looking dead on, like straight on, and then over here we're sort of now looking a little bit, it's not huge, but we're looking a little bit down on it now. So you have that change where that cylinder was going, look, our top cylinder, so we're looking up at that cylinder, and now we're looking down on that other cylinder. And then you attach that sphere in the middle. But you can see how it's turning. Looking downward. We're looking upward. So yeah, keep that in mind for that sort of stuff. Over here, it's done pretty well. Let me think. I guess we can. We talked about the getting the chest right. Maybe I can talk about the hands. I mean, okay. First off, I'll just quickly like the stuff that's wrong with it. It's not terrible at all. It's pretty good. Pretty good try. It's just subtle stuff. It's just stuff with like the arms straighter over here. I think it'd be more beneficial for me to tackle these hands, and again those cylinders, Okay, I know what to do. I just want to make sure that you grasp the concept of what I was talking about before. So again, a ball for that knee, ball for the knee, cool, you agree, that's a ball. Now, the cylinder, it's a big cylinder, like basic form, it's a cylinder coming at us. It's a bottom, so it's like that, yeah? So over here we can see okay, disregard that knee, I'll put the cylinder in. So here's that whole cylinder. So you can see how it's, you know, that like it's coming towards us, and then I'm putting in that, and then I'm going to put in that knee, ball for the knee over here, and then you can see very slightly, but it's that back leg is going off into the distance, so it's like that. Here's the ball for this, for the leg. Sorry, here's the ball for the knee, and then we would have another cylinder going off into the distance, going that away. Yeah? So the front one is coming towards us. The back one's going back. Let's see what you do for the head. Pretty good for the head. Yeah, you got that sort of that center line. That's good. Center line. You got the direction of the eyes. That's very cool. What you did over there. I mean, it's just a little bit more like, just getting a little bit more structure. Like, okay, here's that center line. Here's the eyes. Now there's no nose, but putting that, taking place, that's where the chin is, and this is the underside of the nose. Underside of the mouth. This is where the cheekbones are. Jawbone. So like, ooh. This kind of stuff like that. This is where eye sockets are. Kind of thing. So it was just like, you know, getting a little bit more structure in there. But yeah, it's a very good attempt. Get a little bit more of the jaw, you know, the cheekbone. Put in that nose, underside of the nose, you know, that kind of stuff. Let me address the hands. Good attempt. Hands are messed up. They're so hard to draw. But how I kind of think about them is, maybe I'll show it in Joshua's as well. I sort of think about it like the palm of the hand. I think about it as like a block first. And then into that block, I'm attaching little cylinders, right? Cylinder, you know, the knuckles here, right? So over here, we've got our cylinder, we got our block, and I can consider the knuckles as little spheres, right? And then I'm attaching in little cylinders. That thumb, difficult to see, but we have one. Again, the ball of the thumb is like here. And let's get it over here. So again, consider again. It's like an elongated cube is what I'm thinking about for the palm, right? So we'll keep that in mind, and then let's say it's like let's move like here. Yep. Right, this will be that. That would be the palm. Right. Just gonna reduce the opacity here, and then all these fingers. Like, okay, here's a ball. Here's a what you call it, knuckle, and I'm attaching cylinders in here. Knuckle, knuckle. Yeah. Hope that makes some sense. Like that, like so again. So again, here's a I would just draw the cube and attach some knuckles. Then I would put in cylinders. That's very fast, right? But then ball of the thumb. Right? Super crude. Right? And then you would go in and like be a bit more proper. Like, oh yeah, cool, here's my knuckles, and go around and kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah. So that's Alfonso. Thanks very much for submitting that. We get on to Joshua. So Josh, yeah, good effort. Just please next time when you submit, submit your reference images as well, so I can sort of see what you're doing, where you stuffed up. So I can't really tell. I mean, off the top of my head, I can just see you know, issues with that hand. Kind of issues over here. let's just go through quickly. Oh yeah, issues over here with the anatomy. So, okay, first things first. So with the chest anatomy, like pectorals and stuff, you should have, if you go back and look at your reference image, you're gonna see that the what you call it, the shoulders, you have this muscle, and you should have like this kind of shape, like the shoulders will make, like, okay, here's pecs, going to your shoulders, and stuff. The pectorals connect to the shoulder muscle, and when you bring that arm up, you will actually get that muscle going like that, like it goes up around and then comes back around over here. So what I'm saying is this area has to go around and behind. A little bit even. More like that. So yeah, there'll be some muscle stuff going on over here. Some muscle stuff going on over here, like as that muscle, the same muscle goes back around here, and you would have a little bit of a peeking through there. Center line, keep the center line in mind. You should probably have like this little, there should be a little bump of that rib cage, I'd imagine. Yeah, this is all a little. Looking at your construction, I see you're going to go. You've got a cylinder that way. Cool. Then going again, another cylinder going that way. The cylinder going away from us. We have the arm. I don't know what's happening with the fingers. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'd have to see a reference image. But you know, it's basically just try that again. Maybe, yeah. I'd have to see a reference image. Yeah, there's no way for me to fix that. I don't know about it. I don't know what's happening. I just know it needs to be fixed. For here, pretty good. So that's your eye. She's looking up. I think if she's looking so much upwards, right, then it's possible you may get a little bit of like, let's see. That's her. Her eyebrows are, then the nose should be around here. The nose is kind of looking up like that a little bit. That's the underside of the nose. Right? Nose. Then her mouth would probably be around here. Basically, my point is, I think you've got too much chin. It looks like, you know, without having access to your image, I feel like maybe we'd get like this sort of shape. Like, it's a chin. more, because she's looking up, so we should be seeing the underside of her chin a bit more. Again, I have to see your image, but it just looks like you'd get that sort of shape. Eye. Mouth. Let's see. We've got arms coming out of here. Yeah, just just tighten it up. The palm of the hand. Let's see your palm. 1, 2. I think you had like an extra knuckle going on over here. I feel like it looks like it's an extra knuckle, so I would just put it. Let's see. We did that robo bean stuff. Looks like we'd have it like there. And yeah. Over here, I just think there's a little bit of construction issue. So we've got this bottom going to here. I feel like then the leg comes out like that. Like it was looking a little awkward, like that. See this strange bump, right? I feel like it should be more. More like that. Okay. Robo bean. So if we had that robo bean thing going on again, it would be. This is one side of that cube. Let's have a look. This is all like one side over here. And this is. You pretty much see one whole side there, and a little bit going off into that distance there, but this is pretty much all facing us. That side. You know what I mean? This is our center line here. And over here, center line is basically, so you can't even see it really. You can't see it. It's turned. This thing is turned so much in that direction. What else? Again, with that arm anatomy, just pay attention to how those shoulder muscles should come around. And over here, there should be a shoulder muscle. It's missing. It's that shoulder. I think I'll bring in some examples even. Like, yeah, 1 second. Okay. So yeah, you're missing this area over here. How I'll show the guy first. So the pectorals, I guess the pecs, and goes into that shoulder. So these are connected, and then over here, that same muscle, the muscle that was here, it's gonna go. It goes up, and it goes around. So yeah, pay attention to that, you know. And over here you have that side muscle. Let's get a color for it. Over here you have that side muscle, and the arm comes out of that. Like it's another. It's like a cylinder coming out of that. Same thing over here. The center line. And then again for the pecs. Going around, going up and around. Yeah, so and like a little bit of that muscle coming around over here. Cool. That's what you gotta remember. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, just little things like maybe that arm could be a little bit. Again, I don't have. Wait a second. Yeah, again, I don't have your reference image. But yeah, that's just what I would say. I mean, over here, it almost corresponds perfectly to this one. That's what I was saying. So, yeah, arm, shoulder, coming in. Center line, a little bit of the rib cage over here. Sometimes just a little bit of a bump, like here, like yeah, like over here, because this is where the rib cage is. So with where the rib cage is, right? So the skin does a little bit of a bump, as you can see. So you can have that little bit of subtlety. I mean, just in general, she's a bit stretched, like the proportions. So I mean, her stomach is a bit too far up, so I mean she needs to be a bit more like a little bit more like that. I mean, that's not a huge deal, but yeah, just a little bit. Proportions are a tad off. Yeah. Oh, and then the back foot again. This knee. It's putting these legs together, so we got sphere, so, and you're gonna get this sort of that curve. You almost got it. Almost got it. This curve. Feet are tricky. It's more like that. So it's over here. You've forgotten that sort of that heel bounce. So you've got to have like here's your base of the foot, and then it goes base of the foot goes inward. In the most extreme, I mean really exaggerated, but it's going inward and then coming out. So you have this curve in the foot. Over here, almost cool. You've got like it's good. You've got like sort of that something I was telling Alfonso. When things are stretched, you have that inward bounce, very inward crunch. Very good. That's good work, Joshua. There, and then comes in. You've noticed that. Good. But yeah, that's all I would say. Both of you, thanks so much. Hope that was helpful. Yeah, just I need to see the original image to get to really. So Joshua, I hope that gives you enough information. But if you need more, post your original photographs so I can see exactly what's going on. Especially over here, like I need the original photograph to sort this out. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. Hope this helps. And let me know if you need more clarification. This week is all about construction. Next week is a technique called gesture drawing. So we're going to get less analytical, more speedy, more loose, more gestural, more fluid. Yeah. Okay. Oh, also, if you didn't know, my Pinterest. So Pinterest.com/EddieUdo, and I've got a whole bunch of anatomy stuff. Anatomy, limbs, torso, general stuff, feet, hands, all in here for you guys. Alright, see ya.